Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles is a game that came out in 2021 and it honestly had a pretty good launch, until they decided to do absolutely nothing to the game, resulting in its downfall. I was randomly looking at my games played and saw that I wasn't too far off this platinum for the game with 30 out of 47 achievements unlocked, so I thought since it was the first game I actually made a video on for this channel, why not reinstall it and get myself the cheeky platinum. So without wasting time, I got straight into it. The first achievement I decided to go for was Death by 1,000 Cuts, which you had to finish an opponent with a 5-hit combo in versus mode. Luckily, you don't actually need to go online for this because I don't know if online mode's even alive anymore, but after many attempts I had to search this one up. Turns out you need to use your boost and then finish them off with a cheeky animation, so that I did and we got the trophy. Then I went for the story mode trophies because I never actually finished the story mode, so after getting the special agent trophy and then this little trophy as well, I started completing the good old story mode. A couple fun trophies in a row at the end of chapter 7 that has you playing 2 mini games. One where you blow into this massive thing and the other one is Candy Crush T version. I don't know, I can't really remember what they called it in the anime, but I actually got an S rank and not long after completed chapter 7. I did have to go back and S rank both mini games again on a harder difficulty now. Honestly, the blowing one was easy, which is also sus, but the T mini game was crazy. Took me a few tries because look at this man, had me staring at the screen, couldn't risk a blink, but I did do it eventually. Now, the next trophy I can't actually show because the scenes were blocked and I don't own a Elgato, I have 184 subs guys, but I can show you the fight against Enmu, which I did have to retry, which becomes a common theme when it comes to platinum in this game. But after these pretty dank cutscenes, we beat Enmu's booty cheeks and got the S rank, and since I'm so lucky I have to S rank all of this as well. Again, I can't show the best fights because they're classed as spoilers, so you can watch me fight this dude instead. And after thinking I absolutely cooked, because I honestly thought I did, I got hit with a B rank. 3-minute fight, by the way. A fight where once again I had to retry, but I did get an S rank on normal mode. Hard mode was a different tale to tell because holy moly, the margins for the S rank is stupid. You have to be perfect when killing this guy, and this took so many attempts. I even had a break and did some training mode because the training mode, you know what, we'll save that. But I went back and was 50 points off the S rank. How lovely, how fun. I was so over the moon. So I decided to swap up the characters and locked in for real. I took hardly any damage and was dodging, and after many attempts got myself a lovely S rank, the last S rank I needed to get for every chapter, meaning story mode was completely done with. Now, training mode. Training mode is the most pointless, annoying grind for a trophy. You have to do 10 training fights for 10 different characters, which is 100 different fights in total. Literally just having to do the same thing over and over and over 100 times in a row. There is no point in this even being a thing because the tasks barely change for any of them and it's just shit. Thank God for podcasts, because if I was left without, I would have spiraled into insanity. Eventually I got to the final fight where I absolutely cooked Shinobu with a whole ass fire tornado and got myself the Always Be Prepared trophy, and then the next trophy being the sexy platinum pop straight after. So final thoughts on Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles. Now, when the game first came out, I really enjoyed it. The story is honestly fun. It's a good recap for people who have read and watched it. Not the best if you've never done either. But the character roster was always a letdown for this game. You find yourself using the same characters over and over and over. The combat can get quite stale because of that, since you're using the same moves over and over and over. And since 5 of the characters are water, breathers, they have very similar movesets. There's also not much to do outside of the story mode, which is another reason people lost interest, but it is a good game to pick up cheap if you can. If you see it for like a tenner, I'd say go for it, but if not, it's not that great. It's not awful, but it's not great. It just kind of floats in the middle. But that is the Demon Slayer game. If you guys have any games that you'd like to see me platinum, let me know in the comments.